Hey guys, welcome back to Higurashi When They Cry. Last we were basically kind of doing like a fun game with a group of girls, to be initiated into their club. And then after that, main plot-wise, we helped Rena try to get her little Colonel Sanders guy from like underneath a pile of junk and everything. And we ended up discovering a bunch of, old newspaper type things, or tabloids, sorry, that's what it was, that explained murder that had occurred in Himinazawa, which basically contradicts our friends telling us that nothing happened. So either they lied to us, hardcore, or, they didn't have any idea. But the way they went about it basically was like, you made it as suspicious as you possibly could about it. So, our trust in them is probably dwindling as we speak. And, yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and continue on with this. Code Ace. Alright, and then we're gonna continue. The function of the school as an educational facility is very questionable. Our PE class is exceptionally disorganized. So I'll just click with the mouse. The only things we do together are warm-ups at the start. The teacher isn't even there after that. All we do is play together. No helping it. Everybody's a different age or gender. The only rule is that we have to stay on school grounds while exercising. All the little kids were gallivanting about. Well, they were certainly being active. They might be getting plenty of exercise, but the Board of Education probably completely forgot about the school. Sorry to keep you waiting. We're all together now. What shall we do for today's PE? Alright, we have all our members gathered now. Now then, class representative, what shall we do for PE today? What shall we do? Mion harumphed and crossed her arms haughtily, surveying the area. Explosive power and endurance. There are no friends in the world of sports. Everyone is a rival. The only thing you can trust is your own body. That'd be screwed. The heck do you mean by that? You really read too much manga. I quipped without missing a beat. And so we'll be taking a lesson from history. The tried and true king of all outdoor melee events. Let's play tag. It was quite the adorable choice to make after playing it up so much. Just what I was hoping for. That dunderhead Keiji-san shall be the first one to be it. I won't be beaten. Sounds so confident. I'll try my best too. You can't beat me. Why you guys are all so into it? You obviously don't know your group of friends that well, Keiichi. The third rule of our society. You must partake in the game, enjoying it without question. Then this counts as a club activity? Everyone smirked at each other. They all seemed pretty confident. I'm a man. Physically, I should be able to keep up with any girls my own age. Regardless, Mion and Satoko looked like they were aiming for victory and Rena was looking at me as if pitying my disadvantage. Fine. Tag. I'm in. My yell echoed across the school grounds. These were the rules. Anyone who was able to evade being tagged before the bell was a winner. But we didn't switch who it was, it. The ones who were tagged by it also became it. So the number of people who were it could increase exponentially. The endgame would become a hellish siege. They call the version we're playing here zombie tag, you see. Yeah. I see. Anyone infected by a zombie turns into a zombie. Why do you make it sound so scary, I wonder. As soon as I catch Rena, I'm going to tear out her entrails while she's alive. Oh god, why? Gross, Keiichi-kun. That's gross. Rika-chan placed her hand on Rena's head as she panicked. Don't worry. Before Keiichi gobbles you down, I'll eat you up gently. Thanks. Rika, that isn't comforting at all. Both Mion and I nodded deeply. I mean, she tried, I guess. So, the first it. How do you describe who the zombie? With rock, paper, scissors? Well, it's class time after all. Let's decide by answering question. I'll ask the questions, and the one who isn't able to answer is a zombie. I have no idea which grade level they're coming from. What does the Japanese word roku mean? Huh? I was bewildered by the sudden question. Mion repeated it. So, you need to answer. What's roku in English? It's 6. How about Katsushita? Socks. What's the third last letter in the alphabet? It's X. What does Saibutsu mean? Or Seibutsu? I'm not sure which one that is. Of course I know what it is. Satoko cuts herself off before finishing the answer. I see. It's quite a lewd question. You're an adult, aren't you? Of course you would know what it is, right? I certainly do. Of course I know. Then go ahead, say it. That. You know, that. What does that mean, exactly? Oh, Satoko looks like she's in trouble. How cute. Don't take her home. It's a crime. If I didn't nip it in the bud, she really might have tried to take her home. Mion's pursuit was relentless, making Satoko stammer. Now then, go ahead and say it, nice and loudly. What does that mean? I do know. Say it. That means a person, thing, idea, action, or event which has been previously indicated in the context. Huh? All of us were a bit surprised by Rika-chan's unexpected answer. I see. Well, it certainly is what that means. I see. That could have been awkward. I wonder what would have done in Satoko's position. I'd probably get ticked off and just blurt out you-know-what word on top of my lungs. I wouldn't want you as an enemy, Mion Sonozaki. Thank goodness you were born as a girl. If you're a boy, you'd probably be a perverted asshole. You can be a perverted asshole as a girl, who cares? It appears I have no choice. Unfortunately, I, Satoko Hoju, shall assume the role of the zombie. I shall eat everyone. Seems like she's raring to go. All I must do is to count to 100, correct? Some jerk skipped the numbers while counting to 100. So you can start chasing after you solve this problem. Oh, Keiichi-kun, give her a simple one, okay? 1/5 of a cake, 1/6 of a cake, and 1/7 of a cake are all on a plate. Oh no, there are no common denominators. Satoko grabbed a stick in panic and began drawing a cake in fractions on the ground. Honestly, I'd probably try, writing it out too, so I don't blame her. If Satoko, who can eat one cake in 60 seconds, eats all of them, how many cakes are left on the plate? Just as I finished giving the word problem, Mion shouted. Ready, go! On Mion's signal, everyone but Satoko scattered. Keiichi-kun, that wasn't a problem at all, was it? Satoko had already lost the moment she started working it out. She's eating it all, so of course there's nothing left on the plate. Everyone dashed off in a direction they thought was best. Knowing the lay of the land, they probably headed right to the best spots. It was obvious I was at a disadvantage. At a time like this, I would have been more effective to go along with those trained in survival skills. Like Mion, for example. The fact that I didn't realize it at the start of the game probably hurt my chances. Glancing back over the school grounds, I saw Satoko just rising up to start. She was really, really mad. I'd be pissed too. Mwahahaha. She got tripped up on such a dumb question. I stood at one of the corners of the school. I had clear sight lines in two directions and probably could have a good response time if any zombies started closing in. For the time being, I caught my breath and focused on what I had trained to think of club activities yesterday. Now think calmly, Keiichi. If I were it, what would I do? Increasing my numbers would be the shortcut to victory. And going after the weakest player first is the obvious plan of attack. Meaning, me. Now then, where could Keiichi-san possibly be? I shan't let you escape. But of course. What would be the best method to track me down? Footprints or smell? Probably some type of trail. If I could craftily hide my tracks, then there would be no trail for Satoko to follow. But I'm no detective. Would I even be able to do that kind of thing in an amateur game like this? I mean, you could. Tomita Akamura. Have you seen Keiichi-san recently? What the heck? Do zombies hunt their prey by asking nicely where they went? Tomita-kun and Akamura-kun pointed to the location where I was hiding. Oh, they're like a couple other kids. Okay, I see. After confirming she was headed the direction, I abandoned my position. It wasn't easy to hide myself with all those little kids running around as they pleased. It was becoming even more obvious that I was at a disadvantage from not being familiar with these surroundings. If that's how it's going to be, then to confront this intelligence-gathering zombie, I'd just counter it with a similar vein. Yeah. I approached some girls playing with a ball. I'm sorry, but could you relay this message? Tell Satoko Hoju that her parents are at the gate, please. Message, haha. Okay. Oh. Why do I feel like that's a bad sign? I'm gonna move on before I keep thinking too much. I stopped at the girls as they turned and ran off. Wait, don't go yet! Also take this one to Mion Sonozaki. Tell her the teacher is calling her to the gate. Wahaha, I'm quite the schemer if I do say so myself. If things went well, then Satoko and Mion would run into each other at the gate. It would put me in a disadvantage if more people were it, but this was Mion we were talking about. She'd figure out a way to escape. But that was just fine. As long as it bought me more time. Wahaha, dance for me, Mion and Satoko. In the palm of my hand. Having my fill of playing in the command, I look for a place to hide. You think about it logically, I'd only bought myself a scant amount of time. And it might even come back and bite me. Once it became apparent I'd started spreading false information through messengers, I could end up being the recipient of one of those messages. Yeah. Satoko would probably ask the messengers to help her look for me. That would mean there would be more zombies and participants in the game. The virus that was brought about my mischief could cause an epidemic. All my classmates could transform into zombies and would be searching for me. This tactic might backfire horribly. While trembling at the thought of impending dawn of the dead, I began searching for a safe house. I found a shed by the incinerator behind the school. After climbing up to the roof, I held my breath. This wasn't a bad place to hold out. Not did I have a good line of sight, but if necessary, I could jump off in 3 different directions to escape. It was getting rowdy down there. The lower grades were running around below the shed. My Bara-san isn't around. Is he over there? Nope. Where's Keiichi-san, I wonder? His dad is at the front gate. That was definitely a lie. Word gate is the same one I used to give a hint of revenge, so Mion was behind this. I was still keeping one step ahead of the game. I felt bad for my underclassmen, but they'd have to search until the school bell. Hey, do you know where Keiichi-san is at? His mom suddenly got really sick. A message from Maiba-san. It said his house caught on fire, needs to go home to the gate. A jumbo jet fell on top of the Maibara residence. The police have come to question him. Anything goes now. They say he enjoys peeping in the bathrooms. Oh, what? Is it true that he's going around every night stealing panties? Who are they talking about? I heard he wears panties on his head and smells them and stuff. No way would I do that. I heard that the class representative Mion was a victim too. What? Gah! Oh, dude, you're gonna fall for it. This is your doing, Mion. Calm down, Keiichi Mabara. This is Mion's battle tactic to flush me out. Just hold on. If my underclassmen thought about it logically, they would know it is all nonsense. Are you sure? But small kids don't think about things logically. To them, all those things were true, so they all chuckled together while looking for me. Wahahaha. I win, Mion. It's my victory. Wahahaha. Wiping unrelenting tears away, I felt intoxicated by my own victory. Did you hear? I heard that the new transfer student Maibara-san is a real perverted person. Yeah! How many laughs, man? The cost of being Mion had too high of a price. Ah! Oh, someone passed below. That's Rena and Rika-chan. Haha. Rika-chan, you're still okay? I'm getting by somehow. Haha. It seems Mi-chan's it as well. Mion? It couldn't be. She became it because of my little strategy? This confirmed that Mion was behind all this relentless message war. Then, this wasn't good. We finally got away from Mi-chan, but Satoko-chan, Satoko is searching around the pipes, so we should be safe here for a while. Upon hearing that, I breathed a sigh of relief. While Rena was slumped to the ground, breathing heavily, Rika-chan had started creeping up to her. Rika doesn't normally make noise when she walks, but it's strange. It couldn't be. Whoa! Rika-chan! What is it? What is it? How? Don't worry. I had never seen Rika-chan smile so creepily before. Why are you coming closer? Why? Rika-chan isn't a zombie, is she? Don't be scared. I'll be sure to eat you gently. No way! Rika-chan, no! Eek! She probably got caught by Satoko early on, and so now she's like using manipulation as her tactic. Rena was pressed against the wall, and Rika-chan lurched forward, both arms out, just like a zombie. Rena quirked. I'm just gonna say quirked, with her back pushed up against the wall. It was quite a surreal scene of horror, like one of the zombie outbreak videos you'd see. At that moment, Rena's eyes met mine. Keiichi-kun, save me! Zombie Rika-chan turned 180 degrees, exorcist style, and glared at me. Found him! I see Keiichi-chan! Mion popped out from behind the cinder block wall around the garbage dump after seeing where I was. My position was only advantageous when there was a zombie. One zombie. Being surrounded was not as good. You said you located Keiichi-san? I could tell that Satoko was rushing my way. It seemed like Rika-chan had let Rena escape, and now she's burying her fangs in my direction. Oh. I guess zombie noises. Come on down, Keiichi-chan. The three zombies circled the shed, moaning curses. You guys are scary. Too scary. I wonder how Keiichi-san's guts taste. Keiichi-san. Keiichi, I want you to become one of us. Someone please save me! I saw Rena apologizing to me from across the schoolyard. An apology. Sorry. Leaving me for dead? Rena! I leapt off the roof out of fear, slipping as I landed. Ow. Satoko and Rika jumped on top of me, and after straddling me, they tickled me all over my body. Wah! Stop! Wah! So this means Rena is still left. There isn't much time until the bell. Damn you, Rena! How dare you! Leave me for dead! The feelings of a zombie. I understood how vengeful ghosts with lingering regrets felt. I mean, good comparison, I guess. It's sad. So sad. But Keiichi's one of us now. It felt like I had been bitten by a vampire and was now one of their thralls. It was a strange feeling, being welcomed over to the side that had pursued me. Zombie tag is quite profound. This is not the time to postulate. We must capture Rena. The principal's walking down the hall. The bell will ring soon. To devour Rena, who had been turned into a demon of vengeance, needed to use any means necessary. Except I wasn't just a zombie. I was a master of the night, a vampire. Anyway. Using the same trick that had tightened the noose around my own neck, I used my classmates to further my evil designs. I gathered up the lower grades from around the school grounds. Everyone listen. Rena is in big trouble. All of you, please look for Rena. Is a bigger problem than a jumbo jet crashing into your family's house? Oh yeah, it had turned into that, hadn't it? Mion whistled nonchalantly, trying to avoid the blame. Yeah, it's not even the same league as jumbo jets. What fell on Rena's house was a space colony. A space colony? Yeah, it's a really big disaster. Everything in a 100-kilometer radius was obliterated. But that's the only prelude to this tragic tale. This is the beginning. The start of a war, independence of the propagandability of Xeon. Oh my god. The lower grades were dumbfounded, their eyes like saucers at the grand turn of events. What will happen? Will the Terran Federation lose? If things go on like this, they will. Only one person can defeat the Red Comet. That person is Rena Ryugu. The lower grade students all gulped. It seemed like I made them fully understand that the fight for Earth was lost without Rena. Now scatter, comrades! We must find Rena! My comrades in the lower grades left out an enthusiastic cheer and dashed off in various directions around the school grounds. There was still one person who hadn't gone. But I thought even the Terran Federation's Impulse Wave diffusive cannon didn't work on Comet Empire. You're close. That's a wide variety of those comets. The reason it didn't work is because they didn't know the weak point. Of course, Rena knows the weak point all too well. Ryugu-san is amazing. Satisfied with that, he also rushed off to look for Rena. It does seem like there are some promising ups and comers amongst the youngsters. Little Kei-chan's abilities. This old man knows them better now. It didn't feel like she was complimenting me, but whatever. Really though, how exceptional, Keiichi-san. This looks quite promising. If you have this many, we can win. With this many, we will win. I was thinking that Keiichi would have been a better nominee for the initial zombie. Rika's words stung a bit, but I let it slide for now. Now, not even Rena would be able to escape the entire class. As a result of everyone's thorough search, Rena was finally cornered in the back of the sports equipment shed. You're all scary. Keiichi-kun too. So scary. It was probably scary being chased around by the entire student body. All the lower grades closed in on Rena, saying she was the only one who could save the world. What are y'all saying? I can't control a mech. Rena, how could you leave me for dead? Are you ready to pay for it? I'm so sorry about that, Keiichi-kun, but I didn't have a choice. Do not resist. Let yourself be devoured. Let's all be together. Now, Rena, say your prayers. Mwahaha! Rena stumbled onto a mat, trembling with tears in her eyes. I closed in. Associating the situation with a similar, particularly immoral one made my pulse quicken just a little bit. Satoko and Rika-chan were both wiggling their fingers. They probably wanted to tickle Rena. Rena, wanting no part of what she knew about to happen, went stiff with fear. Keiichi-kun, you wouldn't do mean things like everyone else, would you? Would you? I wonder. Whoa. Now then, are you ready? I was gonna say, just do it already. Jesus. Okay, as long as it's Keiichi-kun. The face she made as she resigned herself to her fate made my heart skip a beat. I believe that Keiichi-kun won't do horrible things to me. Our body won't move. That had to be some sort of anti-zombie mantra. My second sense of reason chimed in. The beast inside me died instantly. Oh no! There was a bell. Game over. Y'all are lame as hell. Yay! I did it! I did it! I survived! Yay! Rena pranced around merrily as if a curse had been broken. So daylight broke in nick of time and the evil zombie army disintegrated to dust. and so the heroine survived. Well, now... well, that's how it goes in the movies anyway. What are you postulating about? This is all because Keiichi-ken was... This is all because Keiichi-san was dawdling about. Punishments required. I was subdued by Satoko and Rika-chan and once again sentenced to death by 100 tickles. Eek, forgive me! Forgive me! And the award of surviving goes to Ren and Riku and Mion Sotosaki. Oh, that's true, we never did say anything about her being, attacked. We just assumed she was. Huh? Mi-chan wasn't a zombie? Only pretended to be one. They say you need to deceive your allies before you can deceive the enemy, you know. Ah, Mion, you little... Yeah. Hurry up and change, alright? Don't be late for next class. Let go of me, Satoko, Rika-chan. Having had my fill of being terrified to my very core by club activities, I solemnly swore I would have Mion crying for mercy next time. Good luck. Man, I don't think I've played a zombie tag game thing like that in a while. Just kind of makes me think of all these childish things that we haven't been able to do anymore because life. But, you know. After arriving home, I quickly made preparations to head out once again. I had agreed to meet with Rena to dig Colonel Sanders out of the mountain to treasure from before. Mom, do we have work gloves? I need towels too. Aren't they in the shed out back? The towels are by the sink. Alright, now I was all ready. Looking at me, my mom stared quizzically. What's going on, Keiichi? Where are you headed to in that getup? If they come to the dump again illegally, he'll be buried completely, and it'll be impossible to dig him out. And if that happens, Rena will undoubtedly go after the Colonel Sanders in front of the fried chicken place in town. A bit of excavating, so my classmate doesn't become a criminal. Well, don't be out too late. Mom returned to the kitchen with a puzzled expression on her face. Cutting through the woods as a shortcut to the dam site, I ran into someone. Hey! It was Tomitaki-san. Probably taking pictures of wild birds again with the precious camera of his. It wouldn't be all that he took pictures of was a handsome young man in Twilight? Hey, long time no see. Keiichi-kun, right? My due regards. I expelled the rude imagery from my head and greeted him without the inciting anything. By the way, was that girl an acquaintance of yours? He probably was talking about Rena, guessing by the way Tomitaki-san was shaken up. What was that all about? She was walking around with an axe, and she was laughing with a huge smile across her face. That was Rena, without a doubt. I don't think you understand the psychoness of it yet. It was probably because she could take it home today, so she couldn't hide her excitement. I hid myself because I thought it might be dangerous. Should I call the cops to be safe? Well, it certainly would be quite the spectacle for a girl her age to be roaming around with an axe. Tomitaki-san's reaction was the epitome of logical. It's fine. Just leave her be. She's just wandering about looking for more victims. Anyway, Tomitaki-san was alarmed by my crass response. Well, it's probably hard for normal people to understand Rena. I'll just toss a bunch of BS out there. If you were to be killed out there, she'd probably be the one to do it. Try not to snoop too much around here. With a condescending smirk, I started off in the direction of the dam site where Rena was waiting. Okay, I wasn't this big of a dick to this guy, alright? What the hell? Before I got too far, Tomitaki-san abruptly called out to me. Keiichi-kun, is that meant to be a warning for an outsider like me? I didn't mean that seriously. I did try to make it obvious, but... I'll try my best to be careful. Leaving only those words behind, Tomitake-san turned around and left. I didn't really mean to call him an outsider. I wasn't really implying anything when I said that. It was only meant to be a joke, but it felt like I said something bad. Yeah, I mean... I don't know, there's only so much I can imagine people can joke about, and that's like one of those, like, nah, don't. However... yeah. Keiji-kun! I was waiting for you. Let's try our best today. I understood what Tomitake-san was trying to say. Somebody gallivanting about while waving an axe around certainly would seem dangerous. You should cover the axe with something when you have it in public. It's not good to carry it around out open like that. Seems I lost it, so there isn't one. Thinking about it, there really was no need to try to keep up appearances. Everyone in Minazawa probably already knew about Rena's eccentricities. She's probably the only person who could carry an axe around Himinizawa and not be considered suspicious. Sure. Well, let's finish this today. If we bust through this last beam, we should be able to pull him out. I got everything I needed. Leave it to me. Okay. I took the axe from Rena and made my way up to the unstable slope. Just wait, Colonel Sanders. Keiji-kun will save you. Alright, get back. I'll finish this one and go. Saw it, the whack rang through the Himinizawa, as if the job was being done by a lumberjack. How is it? Think you can do it? If it looks too hard, you don't have to strain yourself. If I can break through this, then we'll be good. I have plenty of power today. I can do it. But this adversary was more formidable than I expected. First of all, I had never used an axe before. During school camping trick, I had wanted to split the wood, but I lost at rock, paper, scissors and wasn't able to do it. Because the spot where I was standing was so unstable, I soon became tired and decided to take a break. Rena had already spread out a tarp and laid down some tea and sweets. I'm fine. I'm almost there. I'll make sure Rena can give Colonel Sanders a good night kiss tonight. Yeah. Thanks. Giving Colonel Sanders a good night kiss. Oh. Come to think of it, Rena, you're a transfer student too, right? Where did you live before? I asked her nonchalantly while drinking tea. I thought she'd lived here all her life. In Kanto. It isn't as rural as it is out here, but it is still out here in the countryside. Why did you move here? To Himinizawa, I mean. You know, this is pretty far out in the boonies. Why did you move here? Does it have to do with your dad's work? Dad said he wanted to move out to a studio. He'd been saying for a while that somewhere deep in the mountains like this would be perfect. Studio? Is your father an artist or something? He paints scenery. Seems that twice a year he opens a gallery for the stuff he does. When he started, his works were displayed in an industry plaza in Tokyo, but now they're exhibited in the Makuhari Messe. I said that correctly. He's determined to have them displayed in the Waterfront International Exhibition Hall. That's amazing! Let me see them next time. I was too embarrassed to tell her that I didn't really know what kind of pictures my father has painted. Well, eventually I would. I picked myself up while giving some vague answers. But you transferred in the middle of the semester, didn't you? Wasn't that a hassle? Not really. I was getting bored of the city anyway. I was trying to get answers from Rena, but I ended up being the one giving out all the answers. There was a bit of a wry smile on my face. I grabbed the handle of the axe and headed back to the worksite. Yeah, she does the thing where it's like, let's twist the questions onto you, and just happened to work out. The air grew colder as the sun slowly set. The Higurashi began their song, as if to tell me to stop and head home for the day. Just a bit more. Today, I would end it. When I first started, I chatted with Rena as I worked, but for now I didn't have that luxury. Oh yeah! You little... Damn it. I swung the axe countless times today, just like this. Contact. Shards of wood splintered. The assailants butchered the victim's body with hatchets and pickaxes. I recalled that passage from the tabloid. One hit with something like this would smash someone's head in. Axes and pickaxes are not meant to be swung at people ever. With one last swing, the beam cracked apart. The weight I put into the axe not only split through the beam, but splat through the statue's shoulders as well. The arm came off with a sickening sound. It clattered down noisily, stopping at my feet. What's the matter? Are you hurt? Sorry. The figure's arm. I broke it off. Oh, that's all? I thought Cage-kun hurt himself. I probably had a really guilty look on my face. Rena said that without a hint of dismay as she smiled. We just need to tape it back and put on a coat over him. Nobody will even notice. I see. Let's pull him out then. Can you get that side? Okay. Seems that they haven't been able to find one of the arms, you see. I laughed dryly at how pathetic I was for considering the arm flopping down and rolling to my feet to be such a bad omen. Both Rena and Mion knew how sickening that incident was, so they pretended that they didn't know. I had looked it up all by myself, and shamefully enough, I was scared. You're pathetic, Keiji Mabara. Alright, Rena. Let's do this in one go. Ready? And... Whoa! We did it! We did it, Keiji-kun! Yay! Right time, just get 3 cheers. That moment of 2 days of work bearing fruit. He who was brought to Himinizawa covered in filth to meet his end. Instead, we were able to welcome him back. You're pretty lucky, Colonel Sanders. Your new master is a pretty decent person. Welcome, Colonel Sanders. He's really cute. It didn't matter that he was dirty. Rena nuzzled him cheerfully with her cheek. I was dead tired, but seeing Rena's happy face made it all worth it. I'll help you carry it back. It'd be bad if it gets dark. Yeah, right. I really want to thank you, Cage-kun. I won't forget about this. Think real hard about what you'll do to repay me, okay? Whoa, I wonder what kind of repayment. I wonder. For now, I just hold back my evil cackle. We're ready to take it to our house, but we couldn't go like this. We rolled the statue up in a tarp and lifted him. And so Jack and Jill went down the hill, carrying a human-sized bag and an unsheathed axe. I prayed that we wouldn't run into Tomitaki-san. Oh shoot, what did that say? If he saw us here and took a picture, we'd need to get rid of him. Lol. Is that meant to be a warning for an outsider like me? Something struck me as odd about the words Tomitaki-san, unable to grasp my sense of humor, but left behind. You ever see new tips? What kind of name is Rena? Okay, we're gonna save here real quick. And then we'll go to tips. Alright, get that backstory real quick. Rena's not here. Do you know where she is, Keiichi? Huh? She was just there, actually. Hey, Mion, where did Rena go? Rena! Didn't she go to the bathroom? She did say that she's been having bowel troubles lately. Haven't heard anything about that. Satoko, do you know where Rena went? Rena, you say? I just passed her in the hallway. Rena has class duties today, so she's off to water the flower bed. Ah, it was Rena's turn for class duty. That's very much appreciated. Rena. Upon hearing it repeated, a thought came to mind. It's rude to say this about someone's name, but it was a weird name. It was like someone's foreigner's name. It was like some foreigner's name. What kind of name is Rena, I wonder? What kind of kanji does her name use? Rena is her nickname. She has a proper name as well. What? Really? I was sure that Rena Ryugu was her full name. Well, I can understand you making that mistake since we all only call her Rena. She even signs her name as Rena. It's like her real name in school. I wonder what her real name is. Let's ask her when she comes back. Sachiko and Rika-chan looked at each other. You don't need to ask her. We'll tell you what it is. It's the Rei from Ore and the Na from Nara. Her real name is Reina Ryugu. Reina, is it? So it's read out as Rena instead of Reina. That's a pretty interesting reading. No, that's not it. Reina is the correct way. Rena had told us that she wanted us to call her Rena, so we call her Rena. Kei-chan. Rena is Rena, you know. Only strangers call her Reina. You get where this is going? I understood what Mion was saying. It didn't matter what her real name was, only what the names we use between us. Rena Ryugu is Rena. Nobody's other than that. So I was thinking if I had a nickname, what would you call me that? If it's good. So what do you want to be called? Con Man. Okay, why? Okay. Rena then came back into the classroom. One of the juniors near the door told Rena people were looking for her. What's this now? Who's looking for me, I wonder. Seeing that both Mion and I sneered. Bailiff Ryugu doth show herself. Conman, you're quite sinister. Wahaha. Oh, what is this? Keiji-kun and Mi-chan are evil bailiffs? A conman? Damn you, Renosake Ryugu. Renanosaki Ryugu. I said that correctly. Today doth be the day when thou meetest thy maker. Have at thee. Wah! Suka-san, Kaku-san, show them what for. Aye, sir. I expect my fee to be paid with my Swiss bank account. Since it's come to this, we have no choice. We'll just have a grand battle with 5 people. Rena's fierce punches exploded at the proper timing to take out the seal. The evil that Mion and myself was vanquished in the end. I do hope that Rena does go on a journey to make the world a better place. How about heading to Nagata Chao? My destination is decided by where the huge stuff gathers. Until the bell signaled that the break time was over. Come on, Keiichi-kun. Mi-chan. The teacher's coming. I took Rena's hand and stood up. It was just as the teacher had entered to the classroom. Just one more hour. Oh man. Gotta buckle down for one more. Oh, okay, cool. So, there wasn't really much more going on in this episode other than kind of like another one of those games. And then maybe like slight suspicions of other things happening. So like, oh, what was I gonna say? I had words and I blanked. Basically another game, you know, the kids were playing, fun and stuff, and then like, just, you know, we finally got the Colonel Sanders out of the garbage dump. And it's just more of like that questioning kind of thing of like, what bad things are happening here? And, you know, of course I'm a kid, not taking everything terribly seriously at the moment, until Tomotaki-san was just like, is that a threat towards my direction? And yeah, it's kind of like intense at the moment, especially, you know, things could just happen anytime, you know. So I'm gonna jump into this real quick and save here. Alright. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Again, let me know how you guys think of this. Should get interesting at some point and all that jazz. It's just gonna, again, one of those things where I think it's like, we're gonna have like a light episode thing and then boom, things happen. So, yeah. Alright, thank y'all for watching, and you guys have a great rest of your day.